Uh, Destiny 2 servers are down right now for the next update. Well, in the meantime, at least I can look up some YouTube videos. What's something I haven't looked up in a while? Let's see how Borderlands is doing. Borderlands 2. The classics. Jolts, dude. What a, what a, what a trip down memory lane. I don't know why the fuck this is here. Get this out of here. Hellfire. The good old days. Axton playthroughs. But wait, what? Morning After Kill. Oh, man. I haven't watched him in a long time. Let's just see. Oh, the classic intro. Let's see, what's going on with him. Oh, Wings of Redemption. That's cool. Wait, finishing what Killer 6 couldn't. Whoa. Wait, Fig's 100% Roland completion. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Killer 6? What's going on? What's up? It's your boy, Barry Ben, aka BB, and today I just want to talk about a few things in regards to what the fuck has been going on with the Borderlands community. Um, Now, I haven't been a part of the community in a very long time. I played number one when I was a wee lad, and on Borderlands 2's launch, I played consistently, probably for like 2 or 3 years. However, at the time, there was other games I was playing, like Halo 3, I want to say, probably Halo Reach, and, Destiny came out around that time. But during these times, I definitely watched content creators such as Jolts Dude, Moxie, Violent Puma, even Killer 6, and the one massive content creator, and I mean massive in a literal terms, no offense, Morning After Kill. And to be honest, Morning After Kill always, in my opinion, pandered towards a older audience, and at the time, because I was young, I just liked watching him. It's like watching Robot Chicken when you're like 7 years old. It's like, you're not supposed to be watching it, so you just enjoy watching it, But, I watched a lot of Morning After Kill when I was younger, and I saw, him play through Destiny 1 and have his 3 hunters. But, yeah, I know Morning After Kill for being big in the Destiny community, and then I saw him play a lot of Borderlands, and he definitely was a pretty big name in the Borderlands community up until, I want to say, the later years, later years of Borderlands 3. Yeah, it's kind of a dark age we're in for the Borderlands community, huh? Now, if you're newer to the scene of Borderlands and you're confused on what Borderlands is, the gist of it is Borderlands 1 was a great game on paper, great idea, and it was made a long time ago. And Borderlands 2 is pretty much a direct upgrade from Borderlands 1 in almost every single way possible, and is pretty much a cult classic. And my standpoint on it is, if someone told me it was Game of the Decade for Borderlands 2, I would not disagree. It is definitely one of the best games I've ever played, and I definitely have some of my most fond memories from playing Borderlands 2. From, early game missions like Flame of the Firehawk, farming for Unkempt Heralds, to late game shenanigans like sitting there with Gage using the Necromancer's fucking, Death Trap to just sit there and farm racks while I go do literally anything else for 8 hours to level up. Definitely some of the best times, all the way from like Evil Smasher days where you could use the Infinity and basically kill everything in milliseconds. And, Morning After Kill was some of the people that spoke out of the time. And for the most part, most of the community, I believe at the time, stood up. But, Morning After Kill was definitely the most prevalent speak outer of everyone, pretty much. But during the launch of Borderlands 3, as I was a little older at the time, I was going through a lot at the time, to be fair, but it was one of those things where the game just wasn't for me. The humor was piss poor in my opinion. I thought it was shit. I thought the dialogue had some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard in any video game ever in my entire life.
Emergency. Don't do nothing stupid.
Everyone all right?
Aye, but how did you, like, phase lock the entire moon? Wow.
I thought the gameplay was good, but I think the issue with the gameplay for me was that it didn't feel like Borderlands, because in Borderlands 2, it felt like I was killing bandits and, you know, creatures that I'm not used to killing in other games. In Borderlands 3, it felt like I was a cartoon character killing other cartoons. Like, it just didn't feel right to me. I didn't vibe with any of the characters at all. I played Zane on launch, so this might be probably the main reason why I hate the game, because Zane on launch was painful to play if you weren't looking up builds or guides or anything. But Borderlands 3 is pretty much where the cutoff point with the community went. People who enjoyed Borderlands 2 stayed with Borderlands 2, and people who enjoyed Borderlands 3 over 2, basically casuals and brand new players to the series, they stayed playing Borderlands 3. And I had no idea at the time that people like Jolt's Dude, Killer 6, and probably a few others, but those are the two notable names off the top of my head, they were signed under contract to basically shill out for the game. And really sucks to see, because Jolt's Dude is one of my, even today, I'd say Jolt's Dude is one of my favorite YouTubers to watch for content. Just because his playthroughs are genuinely, like, entertaining. He knows a lot about the game. Like, Jolt's Dude is one of those people who, he's played the game so much, and you can tell just by watching him play one game, that he's just on another level when it comes to any other player, when they're playing the game. No offense to any other content creators, anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm glazing Jolt's Dude because I love Jolt's Dude's content, basically. But Borderlands 3 was definitely the rift in the community, and I think one of the most notable points from my research, and I will say, I went in, I'm fairly blind when it comes into how the community was during Borderlands 3's DLCs and content releases and all that stuff. I know of them because I was in the loop at the time, but I wasn't playing the games during Arm Race. I wasn't playing the game during Jackpot and all the other DLCs that released. I have gone back and played through them personally, my own time, a little bit ago. Or I guess it's not that long ago, probably a year or two ago, where I played through a bunch of the DLCs and stuff. But I will say I just didn't enjoy myself. The game's just not, for me, Borderlands 2 is just like the peak, and all the other Borderlands pale in comparison. But yeah, I think one of the biggest points, though, that I've researched in is the call that Morning After Kill, Killer 6, and there's two others I want to say. I don't remember the names. If you haven't watched this video and you're part of the Borderlands community, I'd highly recommend watching it. I might try to link it or show a image of it on the video when I edit the video. But this is probably the most eye-opening video I've ever seen on how Gearbox functions as a company. Even if this is the publisher, or a representative of the publisher, or whatever, her points are some of the most brain-dead takes I think I've ever seen in any sort of fucking business ever. If you haven't watched the video, it's basically a publisher from Gearbox, or whoever's publishing Borderlands 3, is telling Morning After Kill and a bunch of YouTubers and trying to rally YouTubers to make guides on, get this, how the elements work in the game. So if you're new to Borderlands, or video games, a general consensus is fire, good against flesh, green, good against armor in pretty much every game, and blue, good against shields. What do you know? The blue is good against the blue health bar, and the red is good against the red health bar. Very obvious, brain dead stuff, I know. But they were trying to convince these YouTubers to make videos and guides to bring players back because they were all leaving in the level 6, 7, 8, like to 10, 12 mark. Players were just leaving the game. And I'm going to be honest, everyone in that call was sitting in a fucking corner, basically waiting for that publisher to peg them, while Morning After Kill was sitting there telling her straight up, if people are leaving the game at level 6, it's not because they don't know that fire is good against the red health bar. And I think Morning After Kill was 100% right in this call. But if you listen to it, it is definitely clear that Morning After Kill is the only one that's showing passion for the game. Everybody, yes, you might disagree with how he does it. Maybe he's too crude. Maybe he's too blatant. Maybe he's speaking the wrong way to, like, a representative in the company. You know, he's got to be more, whatever the words he used for them not using Discord and using Zoom. More official or more fucking, more serious or whatever it was. But you might disagree with how he went about it, but it's clear that Morning After Kill had passion for the game, and everybody else in that call is there for a paycheck. And Morning After Kill's never been the biggest view person, but he's just been around for a long time. He's like if Asmongold averaged, 100 viewers on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, just because he's not a massive content creator in terms of the size of his channel and everything, doesn't mean that he isn't known in the community. And it was clear that Morning After Kill was pretty much the only one in this call that cared about the game and the development and everything. And I remember him playing and getting the Lyuda on, I think it was Flak, I could be wrong, but he got the Lyuda and basically made like a crazy fucking build with Lyuda back in the Borderlands 3 launch days. And after this call, basically this is where I think the cutoff point was with the community, and content creators started shitting on Morning After Kill for like no fucking reason, other than Morning After Kill just speaking facts. And then unfortunately this is again during a time where I'm not active in the community, and nor have I ever really been active. It's not like I'm a content creator in the community or anything like that, but I definitely watch videos and shit like that, and I know the gist of things typically, like this bad, this good, OP levels, bad idea, mayhem levels are buggy and shit and garbage and should have never been in the game, stuff like that. Flak best character, Zane worst character, sort of things on launch. But yeah, this is where YouTubers started to bridge off as far as my research shows, and Killer 6 stopped doing any collaborations with Jolt's Dude. I remember this because I was watching Jolt's Dude a lot during this time, where Killer 6 kind of just didn't collaborate with anyone. I thought it was weird. I've never thought Killer 6 to be the greatest content creator. I just thought he had like very cringy jokes that landed with his community. Like when he says butt and he just shows a picture of someone's butt on the fucking screen. I thought that shit was weird. But hey, if it's your content, you can do what you want. I don't really care. Jolt's Dude always came across as like wanting to collaborate with people. And I think he's organized events like the hunts and stuff like that for Borderlands 2 and stuff like that. But yeah, this seems to be the cutoff point and where people really started shilling for the game. After this whole call and everything, I believe, is when DLC started coming out, and information about microtransactions and battle passes started coming out, and YouTubers started denying, like the ones under NDA, essentially like Joltstude and Killer 6, started to just straight up deny the fact that there was battle passes coming. They started to belittle smaller content creators, more Killer 6 than Joltstude, I will say. I haven't seen too much of Joltstude like bullying small content creators, so I'm not throwing shots at Joltstude at all. But it definitely seemed like Killer 6 and a few others started just talking shit for no reason to small content creators on if they had like bad opinions on the game and stuff like that. But I think things died down for a little bit once Morning After Kill basically said, fuck this game, I'm gonna go play other things. And yeah, pretty much bridged the community. Joltstude went back to playing Borderlands 2 very quickly after. Killer 6, I think, stayed playing Borderlands 3 for a while, making content for Borderlands 2 every once in a while, but mainly stayed on Borderlands 3, I think probably because he had Randy Pitchford's cock in his mouth, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Then Wonderlands was announced, and I understand why some people on paper thought it was going to be a cool idea. You know, when Borderlands 3 basically said they had no plans for adding new characters, I pretty much wrote off the entire game, and I thought to myself, I'll never play this game again. Wonderlands having multiple classes that you can mix was a very cool idea, and having melee weapons, also a really cool idea. The fantasy aspect was weird, because it's a looter shooter, but it is what it is. But yeah, Wonderlands comes out, and I believe it didn't do well for sales. I didn't buy it at launch, I bought it a few weeks after, once I stupidly watched a video by Killer 6 that got me roped in, and I'm not blaming him for, you know, me wasting the $80 it was to get the game, but he definitely was an influence, you know, on why I bought the game. Bought the game, I spent probably 2 days playing it, and then I just got bored because there was just nothing to do. And then they also went into the same trap they did with Borderlands 3, and they were constantly changing shit that I just didn't care for. So I quickly got myself out of that fucking leech of a community there, or a leech of a game that just wanted to suck my bank account dry. But yeah, I watched Killer 6's video on, I believe it was Wonderlands, like why Wonderlands is actually good, or the best in the series or some shit. Terrible, terrible fucking video. I wish I never watched it, and I definitely wouldn't have bought the game, because he said shit about Wonderlands that made me genuinely think it was a good game. But, it's a cool one-off series, but if you think about it, Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel are the old version of Borderlands 3 and Wonderlands, and unfortunately, 3 and Wonderlands is shit, and doesn't even hold a candle to fucking pre-sequel and Borderlands 2, in my opinion. But it seems like the entire Borderlands community has completely split into different groups at this point, and it's basically the people who play Borderlands 2 for fun, and the people who play Borderlands 3, because they're either paid to, or their whole career is based off the game. I've yet to meet many people that play Borderlands 3 even today, because it's just a shit game that's unoptimized and isn't fun to play. And the people who do still play Borderlands 2, I think are just hoping for a good Borderlands 4, or they just like Borderlands 2. And while I would love to see Borderlands 4 come out and be the savior that we've all wanted, I am definitely with Joltstude in the current take of, if Borderlands 4 comes out and it's like a 5 out of 10 or like a anything below that, Borderlands as a franchise I think is just over. This Borderlands movie also looks like shit. I don't know if anyone's paying attention to it. I don't know how popular it is, but having a 50-year-old actress play as Lilith is risky. Having Kevin Hart play as Roland is probably one of the worst actors I think I've ever seen play Roland as a role. You could have literally taken any other colored man. And and it would have worked better. But hey, you know, I'm not the ones who make the movies, I guess, you know. But that's pretty much it for that. And yeah, just wanted to kind of make a video on an update on the Borderlands community and how fucked up it's been. And from my research, see all these content creators basically go down a path that I cannot follow. Yeah. Now, I will say this at the end here. I know the Borderlands community probably vilifies Morning After Kill even today. I know there's a guy called Thick Filet that I think is kind of agreeing with Morning After Kill, but I will say, you might disagree with how Morning After Kill has gone about talking about like the issues in the game, these issues with the YouTubers, because it definitely seems like Morning After Kill just wants these paid for shills to just come out and say, yes, I'm a paid for Randy Pitchford, fucking cock in my mouth the whole time person. But Morning After Kill at the end of the day just isn't wrong, you know? Like, you might think or disagree with like how he's going about it, but he's not wrong. These people were paid for the game. They did have a major influence on the community and the game. If Jolt's dude came out and said on a tweet, hey, I really want to see XYZ weapons back in Borderlands 3 from 2, and pearls would be a great thing to be added. Do I think the Borderlands 3 developers would add these things? I think there's probably a 60% chance they don't. But if Jolt's dude was to say, hey, this early game area has frame drop and is unplayable on my stream, I believe this needs to be fucking fixed, you bet your ass Randy Pitchford would do anything he could to fix that fucking early game area. So you might disagree with Morning After Kill and how he's gone through the community, and maybe you're not keeping up to date with him as I wasn't. No offense to Morning After Kill, it's just, you know, life moves on. But happy to see Morning After Kill go back to his old ways of playing Borderlands 2. I'm happy to watch some of the content creators like Jolt's dude again, but man, is it such a downfall for content creators like Killer 6, and it sucks to see Vinelik Puma. I heard he, from my research, isn't even in gaming anymore. I think he's pretty much like quit the community or something. I think he had just life problems, you know? It is what it is. Sometimes life just happens, you know, things move on. But yeah, at the end of the day, just wanted to make this video. Thought it'd be a cool idea, thought it'd be a little different, and just wanted to voice my opinion on a game that I literally grew up playing. So yeah, if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. I want to get to 1 more subscriber by the end of this year. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.